ComfyUI on Fedora 42 with the AMD Instinct MI60. Now before we begin, quick reminder, I do a live stream every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern. You're free to join the live chat and post your chat requests about programming or lifestyle topics. And as you can see, live chat. And if you don't want to do that, you can simply watch the video. The video is also embedded below. And as you guys know, for a few days now, I've been live streaming onto 4 channels simultaneously using the Nginx RTMP. I have the YouTube, I have BitChute, I have Rumble, and I have Odyssey. So they're all live, and you can chat. You can post chats in all on the respective channels. I'll be able to see and I can respond to you. Right now, because I'm using GNOME Wayland, I am not able to use the browser docs. That would have made my life easier. So maybe I might have to plan and get maybe a unified chat, but I said I will see that as well. And also, I have a bonus, I think tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I might do a follow-up work through for ComfyUI, so be sure to check that out. Hope to see you then as well. Okay, so why did I decide to use ComfyUI when actually 7 days ago I was using SD Next? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I tried to get the video working, and although the GPU is a 32 gig HBM2 RAM and I have 32 gigs RAM, I wasn't able to get any of the videos working. I wasn't able to get any of the videos working. What would happen was it would load the module on my regular RAM, and it would run out of memory. Even when I told it to use just the GPU, it would still somehow manage to load the memory in the regular RAM. So the problem with that is because this AMD Instinct MI60, it's what do you call it? It's a dedicated GPU, but it does. I can't use it as for my regular work because I can't plug displays into it. So I'm using the integrated graphics. So integrated graphics reserves about 4 gigs of RAM. So if you know I have 32 gigs of RAM, the usable RAM is actually much less than 32 gigs because number one, it reserves 4 gigs, so that drops it down already to 28 gigs of RAM. And then obviously when I'm running things like OBS, my regular work, web browser, etc., really the usable one is probably around 23 gigs of RAM. So when a model is trying to load into that RAM, it might see 32 gigs, but it's not really, as I said, it's really 32, so 23. So that's why I was trying to use the GPU, but it always wants to use the regular RAM, not the VRAM. So with that, I can't use SD Next. Maybe if I have 128 gigs or 64 gigs of RAM, I'll try again. But for now, I'm gonna try ComfyUI because I also saw a lot of when I was doing my research, and I found a lot of people were able to run video on something like 6 gig and 8 gig of regular RAM, and also the GPUs. They have 6 to 8 gigs of VRAM. So that's all pretty good. So I'll try that. That's something I'll probably experiment with that tonight. All right. So ComfyUI. That's another reason I chose ComfyUI, and you see because I have an AMD. I also forgot to say I also have an AMD Ryzen. So the integrated graphic is also, it's all AMD. So it's not Intel, it's AMD. And the GPU dedicated one is also AMD. It's not NVIDIA. So with that, I need to install the ROCm drivers, which is pretty easy because they're already built into the kernel. So it's open source. We're in Fedora. I didn't have to get the proprietary drivers, and it worked very easily. So one of the things is because I've been using Stable Diffusion for a very long time now, is ComfyUI is node-based. So I'm familiar with node-based because I've used that, especially with Blender, even way back in the game machine. So I'm familiar with the nodes. So that wasn't a problem. It's just if you guys don't understand, that's what I'm saying. Today's video and the one tonight will also help you with that. So if you don't know what that means, it's a visual modular workflow builder. It has support for ControlNet, LoRa's, VAEs, and more performance optimizations. And that's probably why people do like ComfyUI. So I'll test it. And I think I also want ComfyUI because it has an API, which SDNext did not. At least I didn't know it existed. So ComfyUI, it could be a workflow where I could use it for Blender. Remember, my AI, the reason I want to use AI is for two reasons. One is obviously Blender stuff, and the other one is for learning. As I said before, I'm actually finishing up on a shed outside, so I want to mount some sensors and cameras, and they'll be able to check on the chicken hoop. So the basic idea is everything that is bigger than the size of a chicken, including myself, obviously later on I'll explain later, is going to be a threat. So when that approaches around the chicken hoop there, it will make a sound and hopefully chase them away. And obviously what I want is to use AI so it will learn that, for example, if it's a robin is pretty small, so that's not going to be a threat. You guys get it, like a raccoon, that's a threat, even though it's probably about the same size of a chicken. So, and obviously me, I'm not a threat. So basically, we can just say if it's me or a chicken, it's not a threat. And then so I'm saying I don't want to put like so many animals there, like bees and whatever. So that's what the AI will determine through the simple bounding box algorithm. So that's what I want the AI for. And I said the other stuff is I do some Blender stuff. I want to do something called what's it called? VTubing. It's where I can, for example, like right now I'm speaking, I'm explaining what's happening outside. So I want an AI to be able to illustrate what I am, the story I'm telling. So that's the other reason I want the AI. So people have asked me why I got this GPU, why I'm interested in AI. That's the two main reasons I'm interested in AI. Okay, so going back to the tutorial. So as it says here, it says some web UIs that heavily rely heavily on CUDA and NVIDIA. ComfyUI's modular structure makes it more adaptable to AMD GPUs via PyTorch and ROCm. So that's fantastic. So as I said before, the GPU I'm using is AMD Instinct MI60, 32 gigs of HBM2 memory. I'm using Fedora 42 Workstation Edition. I'm using the GNOME Desktop and Wayland. So obviously, what I usually do when a new version of every 6 months, a new version of Fedora comes out, I usually wait anywhere from a week to a month before I upgrade. So in a month's time, I think this month is when Fedora 43 is probably going to be released. Sometimes a little bit late, but basically, don't be surprised in about a month from now I'm using Fedora 43. But everything I'm teaching you today should perfectly work with for any version of Fedora. And I'm using obviously a ComfyUI, the latest version. I'll show you how I got that. And I'm using the framework of PyTorch. It's the ROCm build. And everything is fully open source. I said because it's Fedora. If you don't know Fedora, it's actually they call it the test bed of Red Hat Linux. So you know that they have their lawyers, and they're very thorough, making sure it's only open source and you don't get in trouble. So that's one reason I do like about it. There's sometimes I don't, because sometimes I need some proprietary stuff. I'm not I'm not like 100% open source advocate, because I'm a programmer. I do understand the reasons from both sides. However, as I've said before, I prefer to use open source software, especially when I'm making tutorials like this, because nobody's going to come after me saying, oh, you have to pay a fee or anything like that, because I'm showcasing the software for free on my own time. Okay, so with that said, this is what you need. You need Git, of course, I said, because we're going to clone we have to clone the ComfyUI repository. And then the other thing is you you need to have Python 3. I think all Linux versions as of 2025, I don't think they come with Python 2.7 or whatever. I think it's 3 now. At least with Fedora, it's 3. And then, of course, you need the virtual environment. So that's a Python 3 virtual environment, ROCm HIP and ROCm libs. So because I'm on Fedora, it says DNF. If you're on a Debian system, it will be apt. And if you're on other systems, just look them up, how to install. It's pretty easy, like how to install Python and Git and AMD drivers. Okay, and then after that, to check to see if your GPU is detected, you just run ROCm info. So instead of me just talking, I have the terminal here, so I'm gonna head over here and I'll start typing some of this stuff so you can prove that I do have it installed. So I can just type ROCm info, and you can see here, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so we can see this a little bit better. So as I said before, I was kind of surprised, but it picked up both the integrated graphics, which is the Ryzen 5 5600 GT. The G stands for graphics. As you can see, you notice there will be 2 of them. You see there, this Ryzen 5 5600 GT with the Radeon graphics. So that's the integrated graphics. That's my data. That's when I plug in my 4K monitor and the 1080p monitor. Yeah. And so that leaves the dedicated GPU. You see it says Agent 1. That's the one here, and there should be an Agent 2 or something here. That's, yeah, Agent 2. And you can see the GFX 906, that's the dedicated one. That's the AMD Instinct. And you see this one is has another name. I think it's like, you see a C in it. Yeah, it says CPU here or whatever, but there's another name. I will figure it out. I'll show you in another. Yeah, here we go. GFX 90C. 90C. So that one is the, actually that's it, integrated graphics. Okay, so there's that, and of course I can show you what ROCm version I have. This is one of the problems I had when I was with SDNext. No, not SDNext. When I was trying to install what was the Easy Diffusion. Easy Diffusion wanted to install ROCm 5.7, although I wanted to use a more modern version. So you can see the version I have, it's 7.3.0. Oh, the SMI version is 3.0, and the lib version is 7.3.0. So, and then after that, I can show you the driver version. So you just type that, and then it's our version, just say show driver version. And you can see that this one will tell me that the ROCm system managed interface here, the driver version I have is actually 6.16.8. You see that? So I don't want to install 5.7. I wanted to use this one, 6.16.8. Now, because I do upgrade my system at least once a week or so, so this might keep on changing. But as of right now, the time of recording, the version I'm using is 6.16.8. Okay. Then you can also run another command here, which is show HW. It's ROCm -SMI space -- show HW, or lowercase. And you can see that when I do that, it shows us here that I'll zoom out a little bit more because it'll be easier. Yeah, here we go. You see, it shows us that there's 2 GPUs. You see there's one, and it says GFX 9006. So, and the other one is GFX 9012. So I can tell that the second one here, you see it says Cezanne. So that's the integrated one, and the dedicated one is this one out here. How do I know that? Because there's a 6 there. So the GFX 9006. So that's the dedicated one. Then you can see the BIOS version, or I guess the BIOS version. They're also there. So if you guys have this, I haven't upgraded the BIOS or anything. This BIOS for the integrated one, this one might update, because I said when I do an update on the system, it might do that one. But this one, I just left it as is, like when I got it from off of eBay. So, and then we can also check, we can show the product name. So to show the product name, you just type show product name, and you can see here it shows the product name. As you can see, it says Radeon Instinct MI60 32 gig. So I can prove that it's actually a Radeon Instinct MI50. It's 32 gigs, and obviously advanced micro devices. You don't know what AMD stands for. And what else here? You can see it's a GFX 9006, and you see it says GP0. Okay, then you see GP1 here. That's the Cezanne, and it's Radeon Vega series, Vega Mobile. That's another way you can tell it's integrated one. It says mobile, and you see it's also advanced micro devices. I said everything's AMD, and that's the code name, I'm guessing. The SKU, it's Cezanne, and this one was D163371. Yeah, nice name there. And again, you see it says GFX 9012, and there we go. So that's how you can tell. And then what else can I show you guys? I can also show you the VRAM. So I can say show info VRAM, or show me info. I have to put show me info VRAM. Oh, there's oh, show mem, not me. It's not me. I'm not special. Show mem. Okay, so show mem VRAM, and you see that one. It will tell me that the first one, the GP0, we know that's the dedicated one. It has 32 gigs of RAM, and the integrated one, you see it's 4 gigs. So it reserves 4 gigs of your actual RAM. And I'm going to I'm actually going to show you this in a couple ways. So first I'm going to open up the system monitor here, and you can see here, as I was saying before, you see it says 39.3 gigs. That's, you can see it's not exactly 32 gigs of RAM, because it's actually using the dedicated graphics, actually using it, but it actually reserves 4 gigs. But right now it's actually using, I think, 2 gigs or whatever, 2 point something gigs, at about 2.3 gigs. So that's why this is here. And as I said before, it actually does reserve 4. So when it says here 7.6 gigs, that's because some of that is reserved also by the integrated graphics. So that's what I was saying, like the actual usable, and you can see right now it said, so the actual usable RAM is probably somewhere around 23 gigs of RAM, not the actual 32, because of the integrated graphics. All right, so I'm going to take that out of the way for a second. There's one more I want to show you. I'll show you the temperature graph. That one I have to show it separately, so I'll show you the temperature graph. Then I'm going to get this to run so it will show the so I have to type show temp graph. And you see this is the temperatures. If you see the temperatures right now, the temperature is GP0, that's the dedicated one. It's running about 45 degrees, which is perfectly fine. And then the integrated one is 38. So most of the time the integrated one is actually higher, and the reason for that is both because the CPU is also there. So So what I want to do is, unfortunately, unless they fixed it, I wonder if they fixed it. I wonder if they fixed this. Let me see if they actually. Oh no, I think the problem. So I want to keep this, but at the same time, oh, you know what? I can actually have two. I'm going to have 2 of these. I want to run this twice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I want to keep this running so you can see the temperature, and I want to show you the memory usage when I'm actually doing, when I'm running, what's the name of this program called? ComfyUI. Okay. So here, I'm going to actually take this and put it down here. Let's clean this up. So I'm going to use the watch command, so that way you can see, what do you call it? You can see how much RAM is being used at the same time. So if you use watch, you just type watch space -n space 1 space and then the command you want to run. So I want to show how much RAM is being used. So when I run this, so it's going to see it's constantly going to refresh every second, and it will show how much RAM is being used. So I want to keep this to here so you can see. You see right now very low RAM is actually being used for the dedicated GPU. Most of the RAM, VRAM is just from the integrated GPU. Now, so let's continue. So the first thing you need to do is to clone a ComfyUI. So you clone it from the GitHub, and that's what I did here. So I cloned it already. You can see ComfyUI. This is the leftover SD next. I'm hoping to delete that one if ComfyUI works pretty well with the video stuff. So when you do that, you create a what do you call the virtual Python virtual environment. So this is how you set it up: Python 3-m VM. And then, because remember we already had this working for SD Next, so I just repurposed it. Some things are a little bit older than others, but it worked. I didn't feel like re-downloading everything again. And then because PyTorch is already installed, the only thing I think I had, the only thing that was not installed, I think, was a Touch Audio. I think Touch Audio was not installed, so that's what I did. And you see here 5.7. I like this one because that's the most, that's the one that people might already have if they're using like Easy Diffusion or something else. But I said I'm using, as you saw, 6.16 at the time of this recording. And you see there's, if you go into ComfyUI after you've cloned it, you see there's going to be a requirements.txt somewhere here. Where's ours? Where's ours? Yeah, requirements.txt. So this is what you run after you run the Python environment. So if you notice, what I did was I had to move the SD Next and obviously ComfyUI into this partition. You see that's why I mounted here. It's a separate permission. I also stored the Podmans, all the Podman containers here. That's because they're taking up so much space. I think once I get a M2 drive, I'll put everything back into one, but for now on this SSD, because I have a few enterprise level SSD drives, so that's why I still use them. I've been using them from, wow, gosh, how long has it been now? Since 2016, so almost 10 years. And I bought them used, so you can imagine. Okay, so as I said, I want to leave the temperature here so you can see what's happening, and I want to show you how much VRAM is being used. Now, oh, I need another one as well. So let's open this up. So I'm going to put this here so you guys can see what's going on. Put that stuff here, and then we go back here. I'll show you how you run ComfyUI. Okay, so let me clean this up again. Okay, so I'm in this folder, so I'm basically right here. So what I need to do, I need to cd into the ComfyUI folder. So I'll say cd ComfyUI, so I'm there. Then, as I said before, so you type source. This one I can zoom in, so I'm going to zoom in. So I'll type source, and then space // so meaning I go back here because I need to go to this ROCm virtual environment. Then what I do is I type in ROCm environment /bin/activate. Oops, activate. If we go into here, you see there's going to be an activate bin here, and there's going to be an activate. So that's the one we want. Okay, so then you press enter. You see it's going to go into the ROCm VENV environment. I didn't want to call it VENV because I said I do a lot of Python stuff, so giving it a more descriptive name will help me understand that it's for running things like this. So when I'm here, then all you need to do is simply just type pip install pip space install space -r, and then requirements dot text. Now I've already installed everything, so I don't need to do that. So going forward, all I do is just type Python view, but what GPU are you using? Just a second, I'm going to reply to you. Python main .py. I think I've mentioned a few times, I'm using the AMD Instinct MI60 GPU. It's a server grade, it's a server GPU. It was used for crypto mining, but I bought it used off eBay, and I forgot to, yeah. So that's what I'm using. I do have two GPUs. I'm also using a Ryzen 5 5600 GT. So I'm also using the integrated graphics. So you have a choice. You can use the integrated graphics, or you can use the dedicated. So I'm going to use the dedicated one. So the reason I'm showing you this here is you can see what the temperature is going to be. You can see what how much memory is going to be used. And where was the other one I had? And we can also see how many resources are going to be used. So I'm going to put this here as well. So we can see, why can't I resize this one? There we go. So we can see how much CPU. You see the RAM is already gone up about 1 gig. How much RAM is also being used. So we can see all the resources. Okay, so this is the URL. So I'm going to use the Chromium browser. I guess it looks like I need to tear off something in the Chromium browser. Okay, so that's the so here I just type 127, and as it tells me right there, it's 8188. Okay, so you see ComfyUI is loading up, so I'm gonna put it here, and you see what happened. The CPU jumped a little bit, the memory jumped a little bit, and this guy here, and this guy here, so you can see what's going on. Let me squeeze this a little bit smaller. Okay, yeah, so this is what I want to show you. So, ooh, this is way too big. I don't know what happened here. Control 0, there we go. So, as you can see with, see the temperatures are perfectly fine. The actually funny thing is the CPU temperature, the CPU GPU or integrated graphic is actually the one that's jumping up a little bit, but you can see the memory usage here, a VRAM, and all stuff here. It's actually stabilized. So this is really, really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to reply to Sharma G. Okay, the dedicated GPU is AMD Instinct. Just want me to type into AMD Instinct MI60 with 32 gig VRAM, and the integrated is the Ryzen 5 5600 GT. Ryzen 5 integrated GPU. So, in case you're joining us late, one more time, I use the integrated GPU so I can plug in my 4K monitor and the 1080p. The 1080p is what you guys are seeing on the screen right now. The dedicated GPU, that's the AMD Instinct MI60, that comes with 32 gigs of VRAM, but you cannot use it for displays. You can't plug it in. So that one is just used for, as I said, just for AI and Blender stuff. Okay, to be fair, when I'm also recording it, because I use a Blender, it does work as well. And if you're doing FFmpeg stuff, it works as well. But you actually don't need it for that stuff. I can use the CPU or the integrated graphics. All right, now, When you first run, when you first get this up, it doesn't have any models. So what you need to do is, man, the glare is here again. I can't even see this. So what you need to do is you go to the model library here, and then what I did was I just installed the base model. As you can see down here, this is the one I installed. It's the V15. So it's not as good, obviously, as the default one that comes with SD Next, but I said that's what we're gonna change up hopefully tonight. If you guys want to join me tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I will attempt to download some other models and also attempt the video. I want to do video. I don't have to be perfect. I just want to get it up. Then once I'm comfortable with it, I'll write an article and then I'll create a dedicated video for video video generation. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't done anything yet. So I want to show you. So I knew this because I said I was fooling around with the other one. So what you need to do is it will tell you if there's no models. It will tell you where to put the models. So what you need to do is you need to put the models in a folder. So let's go back to ComfyUI. You can see in ComfyUI there's going to be models, the models folder. So you go in here and then you I think it was diffusers or something, one of them. That's where you put the models. I can't remember, was it diffusers? Oh, no, it wasn't diffusers. It'll tell you where. No, control net maybe. No, I can't remember. Yeah, there was somewhere in there it tells you where to put the models. Oh, I think it was LoRa's. No, okay, this is driving me crazy. Where did I put those models? You guys know, let me know. Yeah, I can't remember. I did download it and then I had to put the models. Oh no, it wasn't models. It was something. Yeah, you download it, then you can put it in the specific place there. I do not remember where it was. Yeah, but anyways, you download them and then you put them in the specific folder. It will tell you which folder to put them into. All right, as I said before, so I do have the base. Yeah, this is really hard. So even when I want to show the temperature. You see the temperature is very steady here. At first I thought it wasn't working, but actually it is. It's just about 5 degrees higher than the integrated graphics, so you can see. And the VRAM is nothing here. So with that said, let me zoom in here a little bit, and then we can. You see this one. It says this is where you put the text of what you want, the prompt. So you put it in here. So I haven't touched any of these nodes. These are the default nodes. You can make your own nodes or tweak this one. I haven't tweaked anything yet. I said I just installed it, followed the instructions for the model, and I used the base model, and I just got started. So what you can do is that's what we're here for. So I'm gonna type this in here. I'm gonna request a picture of the Mayor of Toronto. So here, change it to a picture of the Mayor of Toronto. And then what you do is there's another one. I think here run. You see here it says run. It says run workflow. Shift up to Q. So you click run workflow, and we can see here. You see the CPU is going up. CPU usage is going up here, the temperature I meant, sorry, and you can see, look what happened. Look at the memory. You see the GPU memory. Did you guys see that, how it jumped up? I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like you have to blink. If you blink, you see what happened there. And you see the temperature is going up for the dedicated GPU. And yeah, we go. And you see, so this is really nice. So what it should be happening here is, can I go this way? Yes, I can. You see, it already created a photo for us. So so the weird thing about this is, it actually automatically saves the image as well. So if I remember correctly, where did it save the image? So if we go here, there's a thing where it saves the images. That's the thing. If I which one is it? Do you guys know? I think it's Comfy. Oh man, don't make me go to the command line to figure out where this is. I might have to go to the command line to figure out where it put. It's one of these folders. Yeah, output. I think it's the output. Yeah, output. So it puts them in here in the output. So these are the images that I see this one. You see it's ComfyUI 008. So that the first time I ran this, it created this image, but the second time you see this is the image it created. I asked it for a Mayor of Toronto. Now you can see there's clearly something wrong. This guy doesn't look like anybody who could be the Mayor of Toronto, which is kind of weird. Let me have to zoom in more. I think there's something wrong with his face. One thing I have noticed when I do a live stream, the images they're not very good when I do a live stream, and I'll explain to you why. It's because I'm using OBS. So for the live stream, I'm using the dedicated GPU, and then for recording, I'm using the sorry. Let me repeat that again. For the live stream, the streaming portion, I am using the integrated graphics, and then for recording, I'm using the dedicated GPU. But for some reason, with that type of setup, I've noticed that the images always the quality is always messed up when you're using the GPU. So it looks like the GPU doesn't have what's the word I'm looking for. It can't do multiple things at the same time. It looks like it has to do one task at a time. So that kind of sucks. But anyways, as you can see, it's not too bad of an image. Although I don't know who this mayor. This guy. You know what? I just realized this. I think this was a mayor from over 20 years ago. Like what's his name? Mel Lastman. I think that has a little bit of shades of Mel Lastman there. Wow, interesting. Okay, so there's that image. I see the images come here. So let's and you saw it took like seconds. Actually, you know what? I'll leave this folder open and we can see how quickly it generates the image. I think it gives you a time, but I said I have so many, so much stuff going on here. So let's go back here. So I'm gonna give it another prompt. And I said I'll go through this again tonight. So if you guys want to join me, I might even do I wonder if I can try a 4K. Oh, that would be interesting. Maybe I should try a 4K streaming tonight. I wonder that would be. I'll see. Maybe I'll try a 4K. You know what? I don't think BitChute, Rumble, or Odyssey support 4K. But we'll see. I'll try something. I'll try something. Okay, so this one is a screenshot of a popular desktop environment. Again, you just click run here, and you can see I think it's done. Wow, that is fast. I think it's even. There's another reason why it's fast too, and it's because of this size. So SD Next was doing 1024 by 1024. Oh, no, is it? Yeah, 1024 by 1024. This one does 512 by 512. So that's another reason this is also faster. So there we go. You see it did this one, and okay. I don't remember the GNOME desktop looking like that, but okay, I will take that. Because it drew a picture, so actually that's actually pretty good because it drew a picture. That's what I requested. Okay, so this one is going to be the famous photograph of an astronaut riding a horse. So one thing I do like about this is that it automatically saves the output for you. The reason I like this is because sometimes you could generate a bunch of images, tweak them. Okay, you know what? I'll try that. I'll try that next. After I do what is this? Let me do this one first, then I'll do that. Yeah, don't worry, Shamaji. I will do that next. Don't worry. Okay, so this one is a photograph of an astronaut riding a horse. Don't worry, I'll put your prompt later. I want to finish this because this is a test I do all the time, and then I'll run. If you have any other requests, just put them in the chat. I'll run them after. See, it generates very fast. This one is already done, so we can see. You see, this one is a. Oh, I opened up twice. An astronaut riding. This one is also messed up. You can see here. Actually, that's not too bad. The horse is actually realistic. Yeah, this is actually even better than the original one. I'll show you guys the original one later. I'm putting them in the chat. I'll do that for you guys. So I'm gonna run this. So this, yeah. So it's done. It's really fast. So let's go check this one out. The chicken run. The chicken one is. I don't know if you guys can see this one. What do you call that thing? This is a crown. The crown is the crowns are all messed up on all the chickens. This one is actually missing. So interesting there. So that's messed up. I don't know why. Every time I use the GPU for something else, it always messes up. That is a weird one. I might have to maybe just record using the CPU. But as you can see, you guys see here what's happening with the the temperature actually went up for the dedicated GPU. See, it's 53 there, which is still pretty fine. Oh, does it? Okay, sorry about that. It's most likely because you know why? Because yeah. So that's interesting. Thanks for letting me know. I will take that into consideration for tonight. So it looks like there will be no 4K. There will be no 4K. What do you call it? I'm not gonna do 4K. Okay, so run this one. Oh, I just heard the fan come on too. Yeah, OBS. It's OBS. I'm also using Nginx RTMP to stream because I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming to streaming to YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey at the same time. So it's probably why. So this one here, let's see what that one came out with. A picture of a man wearing a watch. This one actually looks okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I don't know why there's two watches, but that actually is pretty one of the best ones I've created. Yeah, Restream. Yeah, correct. Yeah, Restream. And then this is the last picture. Then before I do your requests. And you can see, look how much VRAM it's using. You see from the dedicated one here as well. And you see the temperature is going up to 56. I saw it jump to 57 briefly. And it's the memory is and the CPU usage is pretty low. I'm actually happy with that. Obviously, as I said, it's 512 by 512, so this is done. So let's check out this last one, the spider web. I do recognize this is very Stable Diffusion. So that's the Stable Diffusion one. So I'm gonna run your request. What was your request? Try a monkey with a dog face. Okay. The picture of a monkey with a dog face. Oh yeah, the fan just came on again. I could hear that. All right, so let's take a look at that one. Does it look like a dog face? Oh, I guess some type of dogs. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, it says so. I don't know. It looks just a regular monkey to me, but okay. All right. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, I did have another one I created last time. You know what? I'm actually going to take your suggestion, and that's going to be going forward. I'll add that one to the list for the future. This is the one I came up with last time that Stable Diffusion had a problem with. So let me paste that one in here. And that one is, can you draw a picture of Donald Duck and Donald Trump eating pizza together while drinking Diet Coke? This one, there was a problem with it with the model I used. Oh, here, this is what I was trying to say. See here, it says width 512, height 512. So obviously you can change this, and you can change the batch size. As I said, I haven't touched any of this, it's just the default. So here we go. What in the world? Okay, so I think it's a model as well. This is even worse. It's like, I guess this is the pizza. I don't see a Diet Coke here, and okay, that doesn't make sense. Oh, maybe it's also because of the size. Maybe it has to be bigger. But the other images came out fine. Like this mayor one, there was like somebody in the background, so I don't know. Anyway, so those are the ones we generated today. Now the ones I generated earlier, the first time I ran this, I'll show them to you. This is the default. Oh, this is the default one. I think it's like a bar on a table. Next one is, this was for the mayor of Toronto. You can see it's a much better. It basically took a whole bunch of male mayors, the past mayor of Toronto, matched them all together. Came out pretty nice. This was the GNOME desktop. This is previously, and this is an astronaut riding a horse. The problem is the horse has three hind legs, so obviously that didn't come out well. And this is the chickens. They actually came out very well. Then the chicken one, and this is the man with the wearing a watch, and you can see it kind of messed up here a little bit because yeah, I don't know what, yeah, that kind of messed up there. And then this was the spider web sockets. Okay, this is the one from today. Something's wrong with his face. And then this is the GNOME desktop. Okay, I'll take it. An astronaut riding a horse. This time the horse was perfect. The legs, everything is fine. Actually, it came out. I thought there was something wrong here with the helmet, but actually came out okay. Sorry, man wearing a horse. Sorry, wearing a horse. Man wearing a watch. This came out okay. I don't know why there was another watch here for some weird reason. And this is the web sockets. Yeah, so that came out okay. It's a precision thing. But I said I'll fool around with that tonight, hopefully, and that should take care of it. So, oh, I just saw this go up to 62. So the temperature is fine here. So yeah, so this is another update if you guys are wondering how the for you Sharma Ji, I hope that's what I said, is I've created about 2 or 3 videos about the GPU. Is the GPU doesn't come with a fan, so it has what I had to do is I had to buy a shroud, and with a fan it blows right through it because it's a server. It's not meant for regular CPUs. It's for a server, so it expects the server fans to cool it. Obviously, I don't want that because they are very loud. It's like a jet engine taking off. It runs at 15,000 RPM. Yes, you heard me. 15,000 RPM. So it's extremely loud. So I don't want that. So I put more fans in my case, and that shroud and gives me a peace of mind, and it ramps up. I put a fan profile where it ramps up if it gets, I think, to about 60 whatever, but for now this is perfectly fine. You can see the temperatures. Okay, what else is here? And you saw the RAM, so the VRAM for, remember, GPU 0 is actually the dedicated one, and GPU 1 is actually integrated. So you can see the RAM being used is minimal. So with that said, this is the final. I'll put this here for people who are on the on a vertical screens. So this is perfectly fine. So I'm going to stop that. And just to see the amount of RAM for people who are on a vertical screens. And finally, this guy here for the final resources. The CPU, most of the CPU is just the OBS. And I explained the problem with the RAM. Even though I have 32 gigs of RAM, the integrated graphic actually reserves 4 gigs of that. So this RAM usage is actually wrong because I said the integrated graphic actually reserves 4 gigs of that. So that's why you try to load models in your, if you only have integrated graphics, be aware that if it says 32 gigs, you don't really get 32 gigs because you have to use it for other things, and the integrated graphic is going to reserve some of that which you won't be able to use. And that's it. So I said this tutorial is just to get ComfyUI running. So I'll probably tonight I'll change the model, and I'll also try some video models. Now, with that said, when it comes to ComfyUI, there's a lot of other things you can do. For example, we go, what is this one here? Templates. There's templates you can use. So as you can see here, we have image generation, image to image, LoRa, multiple, in paint, out paint, embedding. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff I want to do tonight. I want to try out some videos. So like this one, 14B, that should be enough because I have 32 gigs of regular RAM and 32 gigs of VRAM. So I should be able to load this, or a smaller one should be perfectly for 5B. So something like this is what I want to actually run today. So that tonight, if you want to join me. Oh, 3D models. Let me see, can I actually make this a little bit smaller? Yes, there we go. So this is the stuff I want to do tonight, hopefully. And then what else? There's audio. I'm not too interested in audio for now. And then the 3D models. So yes, this will come in very handy with Blender. I actually recognize this from what were those guys called? What were those guys called? The China show. I do remember. I recognize that from the China show. All right, Winston Stuzzo and I think Loi86, those guys. Yeah, so there we go, 3D API. So then I can hook this into Blender. So there we go. So that's a quick overview of this. So this going on, let's finish this up. Where were we here? So, yeah. So this is where you place your models. So there's checkpoints, safe sensors. I believe that's the thing I was looking for actually. So here, if we go to, which one was it again? Models, ComfyUI. Where's models? Models. Checkpoints. Yes, checkpoints. That's the one. You see this V15 pruned whatever. This is the one I'm using. So if you have more models, you can put them in. So this is what I used here: checkpoints, safe sensors. That's the one. That's the one that generated the images today. So you can go download. One thing I like about this, you just download and put them here. You don't have to use the web UI. It's much faster. Download yourself and just dump them right into here. Of course, LoRa models go in LoRa, VAEs, and control net. So you can put all that stuff in there. And I finally, yes, upgraded my my description for my test. So the CPU, as I explained several times, it's an AMD Ryzen 5 5600 GT, six cores and 12 threads, and the memory is 32 gigs of DDR4. The GPU, AMD Instinct MI60, it's a 32 gig HBM2. Operating system, Fedora Linux 42 with a GNOME desktop 48. Wayland. Here are the screenshots. As you can see, how I resolved everything, and you see the pictures I took here, just the screenshots for all of that. And this is live stream to prove I'm live. Linux 42 with the num. There you go. You can turn them live, and these are the results. I've already shown those to you, so I'm going to skip that. So if you want to learn more about Python, if you're curious about how AI tools like ComfyUI are built, or if you want to automate your own workflows, you can learn Python perfect the next step. I have a book called Learning Python. It's a beginner-friendly guide that walks you through fundamentals of Python programming with clear examples. It's available on Amazon. The link is in the description. I have a course, Learning Python. It's available on ojamboshop.com. If you prefer hands-on learning, take my interactive Python course. It comes with a web IDE, so you don't need anything. Then I also offer one-on-one Python tutoring if you want to understand the ComfyUI workflows or need personalized Python training. And you can also book a private lesson at ojambo.com/contact. So for the final thoughts, running ComfyUI in Fedora 42 with the AMD Instinct MI60 GPU is absolutely possible, as you just saw. With open source tools like ComfyUI and ROCm, you no longer need to rely on cloud APIs or NVIDIA hardware to start generating stunning AI images. Have questions or want help with this solution? Feel free to reach out. Okay. Also, a quick reminder that every day I do a live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern. Simply go to ojambo.com, you go to the watch menu, then live sub menu, you can see the topic for today's tutorial and the date and time, and the one we're doing tomorrow. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. It really helps the channel grow, and so other people can also learn. You can also post your request as well. I also have a recommended resource. As you guys know, I am in a rural area. So in this rural area, the internet is terrible. No question about. So I use satellite internet. I use the Starlink residential service. As you can see, when we're now doing the live stream onto 4 channels, running AI, it's not a problem. It's been rock solid even during like storms, snowstorms. In fact, I had a very harsh winter. The past winter was very harsh. I actually forgot to put on the melt feature, snow melt feature, and it still worked. It never froze or anything. I was really surprised. There was even the snow was right up to my knees, and I still had to go out there because I have to look up the chickens. And the Starlink was no problem. I have the 2nd generation, if that, but I think these days they don't even sell that anymore. You have to get the 3rd or 4th. But it's been rock solid for me. And also, I also use it for my phone because the cellular service is also not very good here. So I do use it on my phone. I'll prove it here too. Just a second. Here we go. You can see I have Wi-Fi. You see, I have Wi-Fi calling, and you guys have seen people call me, text me, even during the live stream. So it works perfectly fine. So I do have a link here. What that means is that if you use my link, if you get the service, if you purchase the service, I'll get 1 month free, and you guys also get a discount, I guess, depending on your geographical location. Some people get a month, some people get 2-3 months, etc. It depends on your geographical location. So if you're thinking of getting the residential SpaceX Starlink, you can use my resource. And I'm also going to show something else since we're talking about AI today. I have a novelette. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. It's available on Amazon. It's about an AI creator who loses control over the AI he created. It's available on Amazon. The links are also .com link, and also my online courses, which are on jamboshop.com. So it's all in there. Okay, so with that said, in the chat request, I am seeing, so Sharma J says restream. That's correct. I think I said that. And so that's it. Oh, one more thing. Somebody alerted me yesterday to an article I did where I forgot to put the code. I think it was something about WebGL, I think. Yeah, this one here. I forgot to put the code for this one, the build and HTML. Grab the code. The code is all here, the canvas, all the JavaScript. So you can grab that and it should work as well. So thanks. It was Greg who alerted me to that yesterday. So thanks, Greg, for that. Yeah, so it's there now. All right, now with this, hope you guys will join me tonight. I said I'm gonna try to get video working some more. If you guys know some models, please join me tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, with that said, I'm gonna end this live chat. Oh, before I end that chat, I'm checking BitChute. There's no chat request on BitChute, so I'm gonna check Rumble. Okay, let's check Rumble to see if there's any chat requests there. I don't see any chat requests, so I'm gonna check Odyssey to see if there's a chat request on Odyssey. No, no chat request. Okay, and finally, that's it. So I'm gonna end this, and I'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The rest of you, I'll see you guys at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Okay, and also Shamaji, be sure to subscribe if you haven't. That will really help me out as well. Okay, so guys, that's